Hey, Life Groups, welcome back, and thank you so much for gathering this week. And this past weekend, we talked about generosity. And I think that we can all agree that money is important, right? But I think for some of us, I think if we're honest, that sometimes it's too important. A recent Gallup poll showed that 64% of couples argue about money, and it's the number one cause of divorce. So clearly, money affects our relationships, but how does it affect our relationship with God? We say, and even our money says, in God we trust, but if we're honest, sometimes it feels more like I love God, but I trust in my bank account. But let's be real, right? We'd be lying if we said we didn't want more money, but why? Is it to feel secure? Is it to be happy? Right? The truth is that money can buy things, but it can never buy fulfillment. It can buy a bed, but not sleep. It can buy a house, but not a home. It can buy medicine, but not health. Money can buy many things, but it can never purchase contentment. And I think if we look around us, right, our culture is drowning in debt because we believe the lie that more equals better. But let's look at someone who had plenty and found something greater. We looked at Luke 19 and we met Zacchaeus. And I dare you to not have that song stuck in your head for the rest of the day. Zacchaeus was a wealthy tax collector who climbed a tree just to see Jesus. And when Jesus walked by and he stopped and said, "Zacchaeus, come down, I'm staying at your house today." When Jesus said that to him, everything changed. Zacchaeus didn't earn salvation by giving, but he gave because salvation had come to him. He met Jesus. He had an encounter with Jesus, and suddenly his wealth didn't own him anymore. He even went to the extent of saying that I'll give half of what I own to the poor and repay 4 times what I took. That is transformation. When we truly encounter Jesus, we don't just believe differently, we live it out. We live differently. Jesus said, "Today salvation has come to this house," not because Zacchaeus gave, but because his heart was changed. And here's what happens when we turn our eyes on Jesus, just like the old hymn says, that we become strangely content, and we also become radically generous. Paul wrote in 1 Timothy 6 that don't put your hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. When we trust him, the things that have their grip on us lose their grip on us. We start to give, not reluctantly, but cheerfully, because he is enough. So, this week, ask yourself, do I own my stuff, or does my stuff own me? Because true freedom isn't found in having more, right? It's not about more things, but it's about trusting God more. Enjoy your discussion today.